Welcome back. Easter Sunday, the 9th of April 2023. Just got out of development, got the heater on because it's freezing. The sun's starting to come up now, but it's absolutely freezing. So I've got the heater on, getting a bit of a warm, and got the kettle on. Right, so yesterday was the bank holiday, Saturday basically, and we ended up having all the grandkids up and the kids and their partners, and we had a bit of a barbecue yesterday, and it was a lovely warm day most of the day. We had Blue up here as well, and he was having a good old gallop around the allotment with the grandkids and playing with the grandkids. He really enjoyed it. He went home last night and that was him. He didn't even want his evening walk. He was well and truly shattered. So everybody had a good day. But today I'm going to have this cup of coffee, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but I think I got myself some automatic openers for the polytunnels, because the weather's so changeable at the moment. It can be freezing as it is now, and then it can be, within an hour of a bit of sun on it, it can be up to 30 degrees. So I've got myself some automatic window openers, and I'm thinking once and for all now I've got the time, I'm going to put some automatic windows into the polytunnels. Right, so I've made a start on this greenhouse here. I've got myself some of this free wood that we had, and basically I've made myself a window frame to go in here, and I had to put this bit of 2x2 in here, and I've purposely left a gap because the weather, this will expand and I don't want it to be too tight, and a little tiny draft like that won't make any difference. For that matter, I could put a lot behind it if it did, but I'll leave the mesh as well. So what I've done, I'll take you outside and let you have a little look. So basically I've screwed that window frame into place to hold it for me. That's my extra pair of hands. I need to dig out some hinges, but you can see now I've been around here, and what I've done is I've stapled this mesh to this will be window frame, and then all I'm going to do now, and try not to wound myself this time, this is just simply cut through the netting. There we go, and we're already, oh no we're not, we need to do this side as well. And of course across the top. And now we have a window meshed up and freed away, so that when we put the hinges on, we can it'll all come out, it'll actually open out, and then we can undo the screws inside that we've fastened into the framing to hold it in place while I put the hinges on, and then it will open and close. Right, and there we have it, finally. I've been hunting all around the place trying to find my grinder, and I still haven't found it yet. So in the end I've unboxed a new one and set that up just so I could cut the plastic sheet on the outside of this window. So that's as tight as I want it closed. It is holding it, of course, and yes, it was all sorted out. You can nip this up a little bit more, but there's a reason why that doesn't come in any further than that, and I'm just going to show you around the other side now. And so the reason it doesn't is because I've overlapped this plastic on the window to come right across to here and overlap this as well. Obviously it's not fixed to here, it's fixed to the window, or will be when I put a couple more screws in there, but it is fixed to the frame all the way up and across the top. Just need a couple more to put in the bottom here. But basically what happens is it can't go any further because of this lip. So, and all that's going to do is leave a little wee tiny gap, which is nothing to worry about considering I've got one up there as well. But it's mainly so that it opens the window to let fresh air in there once the heat gets up in there. As you can see, the window is starting to open itself. So I've got the screws in along the bottom here, of course, not forgetting. But you can see the window. I closed the door and I closed the window right up and I left it. I've just been getting on with the other one and I can see that this one is already starting to open. And I've made a start on this one now. So we cut, or rather we've just removed the entire top pane, put in a new 2x2. This one here will be fixed to this permanently because we can always open the door entirely if we need to. And I'm going to make another opening window in here. And this is just so that if I can't get up before it gets too hot in the polytunnel, the windows will open automatically for me. Right, I now have the second one fixed. And we've just done this in exactly the same way as the other one. It's in the closed position at the moment. I will obviously close this door off and we'll see what happens. It isn't that warm today, to be honest. I don't know whether you can see, but it's blowing an absolute hooligan. And you could probably hear it. Right, you can probably hear it even more now. So basically we've done the same thing with this. This is a scrap piece I had. There's a little chunk out the corner but not where it matters. So yeah, again I need to come along this bottom edge now. I've got up the sides, across the top and down. Just need to come back now and put a couple into the frame, not into this bottom. We've got this overlap again. So yeah, that one's opened up a little tad more. As you can see, so they're working, even if they only open them a little bit. Obviously if that gets higher temperature in there, then it will open more. Let's give you a little look over here in the treehouse, and these are some more onions that I planted. These were the ones, the small ones that was left over from last year that was hanging up to dry, and these were the very smallest, so basically just replanted them. These strawberries are coming on absolutely brilliant. These are a couple of runners that I kept back when we cleared the strawberry bed, and I thought I'll just throw them in these little planters here, these little stackable planters, and they're coming on a bundle. In fact, so much so they're starting to flower. They're doing really well. Just give this citrus tree a bit of a drink. That one's still way too wet. Just give this peach tree a little drink. This one's fine. This is the full-size peach that we took a cutting off to do and graft to the apricot the other day. The blood oranges, yeah, they're hanging on. Little rose bush we planted in a couple of videos ago. I've just put them lettuces out here now. I've just dotted a couple of lettuces here and there between the flowers and the snowball turnip. Let them get on. They can tolerate the cold. As long as we don't get a severe frost, they should be fine. They'll only take about a week to get really established as long as the frost doesn't come. All the little flowers, daffodils, and some are still in bloom, some are finished. All the little mini crocuses have flowered and gone back. Mind, this is only the first year in here, so you know, oh yeah, there's maybe one or two there still got a little flower on. The other rose tree that we planted, it's getting itself established. These strawberries are doing really nice, however they're only slow going because of the amount of rain we've been getting and they're outside. What else is happening? Oh yeah, so these trees are now coming out into even more leaf, and we've got quite a display of mini daffodils. I didn't think these were mini daffodils, but it looks like they are actually. So the grandkids yesterday, when they were having a barbecue, They planted themselves some lettuces. I gave them a tray of lettuces to put in, and they planted those and watered them in. There's the strawberries, and I think I put them 4 potatoes in that end of the bed. The plum tree coming out in all bloom. Now, something I only learned last year was I wondered why this had never produced a plum. It was because I didn't have another variety. I have got different varieties over there now as well. This was the only plum. However, it's in full bloom just about, most of them, and the other ones haven't bloomed yet. So we might not get any cross-pollination this year either. But the rhubarb is doing tremendously well. We need to take that flowering head off there though. In fact, there's one on that one as well, so I'll go and take those off right now. Right, there we have it. Last cup of coffee and I'm going down home. It's 3:30. So I've had a nice leisurely day, just making those couple of windows. Yeah, it took a little bit of time, but it wasn't that bad. But the most important thing is, now I have functional windows, and they'll pay dividends. I've been going to put windows in for long enough, and I just never ever got round to it with everything else I had to do. But now that all the big jobs are done, as I keep on saying, I've now got time to do these little jobs and finish it off and make life even easier going forward. As always, guys, thanks for all your likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions, donations, suggestions. It really is appreciated. Wherever you are in the world, please stay safe and be practical. Keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.